Yo.
My God, Dino, what's going
on,
bro?
Boy? How was the ride?
It was smooth, man. Can't
glad
complain.
you could make it, man.
That's right. I'm here for you, bro.
Hey, world, what's going on? It's your boy Dino Tarantino. I'm out here with my guy Moody, representing Taylormade Lifestyle.
What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up, world?
And this is Real Motion. Well, we dive into the lives of players that's having real emotion. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna see what got bro into what he doing, how he living, and what keeps him going. Y'all come on, take a walk with us.
That's right. Let's get it.
Hey, nah, man, but look, before we get started, man, I want to say again, thank you for pulling up, man, being our first guest, man. Because I know one thing about you, man, that I know since I met you is you having real motion for real. You're doing something big, especially for the black community, black-owned, you know what I'm saying, self-made entrepreneur.
Right.
I want to go ahead and dive into it and just tell the people, hey, man, what you got going on, what motion you having?
So basically, I got a sweatsuit line. I focus strictly on sweatsuits, really, but I'm branching out a little bit more. Like, started in Brooklyn, tailored lifestyle. It just pretty much just started from just the idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like most things, it starts from my idea, and I just put it on like paper and just say, you know what, I'm gonna try to run through with it.
Right.
When I finally decided to run with it, it just caught fire like instantly.
So look, when did you get started? Like what year or how far back did you start, and what made you get into it? When did you decide, this is what I want to do?
All right, so 2020 is when it all started. It was a little bit after my brain surgery. I had a brain surgery back in 2018.
Oh, man.
And at that point in time, after I came out of that, it was just more like, yo, it's time to like do something different. Change the tide, you know what I mean? And try something different. Step outside of your box. You're a creator.
Right.
Create.
Right.
Stop worrying about like the 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Focus more on you and try to build legacy and for your family. That's what it was for me. You know what I mean?
Facts. What do you think it is that keeps you going? Like that makes you wake up every morning and say, you know what, I want to dive into it. I know you said building it for your family, but when you go through those hardships and trials and tribulations that I'm sure you went through, what keeps you motivated?
Really, it is the family. You know what I mean? Honestly, like, because when I was laying in that hospital, it was like me versus God. God got me, but it was just like, I got to do something for the fam. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't get blessed with something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Coming from nothing, I'm blessed with a little something, and I'm just giving back. I'm at that point now where I'm just giving back, and I want to be able to give back to my family, my kids, my wife, etc. You know what I mean?
So, man, I know y'all hear the accent. I want you to go ahead and tell the folks where you from, and being from the Big Apple, you know what I'm saying? How do they adapt to your clothing brand? Are they supportive, or what's going on?
Well, I am from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. How do they connect to it? Like Brooklyn, I got Brooklyn on my back. You know what I mean? New York is on my back. Man. You know what I mean? A lot of people from all over, like not even just Brooklyn, from Manhattan, like Harlem to, Staten Island to Queens, just the whole, all 5 boroughs. They show love. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, right now you down here in the Peach State, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, man. I want to know, what I'm saying, what made you or what caused you to go from New York to Atlanta? That's a big jump. Right, it was just change, like I got tired of paying high bills in New York. Realistically speaking, I'm like, I want land, I want a house, I want to be able to provide these things, like I said, for the family. Being able to, coming from where I come from, that wasn't obtainable, if that makes sense. Facts. Now, I'm seeing that it is obtainable. I'm here now, and like I said, this is just the first step to it, just something different. So hearing what you're telling me, like you're real dedicated, you're real motivated, what's your end game? Like what's your final, what's your final destination you feel like? I mean, like basically opening up stores, to the less fortunate, being able to give them jobs. Facts. And, doing it for the hood. Understanding where I came from and being able to give back. Right. That's something that's really, really important to me. Fact. That's my end goal with the clothing. But my end goal, period, I want to be a philanthropist. Like being able to just always give back. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? And speaking of give back, right now in this moment, what do you do to give back? What do you see, what do you give back to the community now? So right now, like I be doing like charities, different types of charities. Like anytime when it comes down to like me building like relationships and all of that stuff, I always try to give to somebody, I see homeless people on the street, I give them something, food, money, etc. Because that's good karma. It's gonna come back, and it's gonna, come back in a good way. Nah, that's when you do it like, out of the kindness of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Right.
So that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? You come from a rough place, which Brooklyn, New York. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows it's a rough place. New York is a rough place. You know what I'm saying? And you seem like a humble guy, and you give back to the community. You have no problem with it. So we know what you do. We want to know, more about you. Like, what type of person are you? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause what I'm hearing, you're a great guy. You feel what I'm saying? I want to dive more into it and see, how do you keep that humbleness about yourself?
My thing is, it's like, nobody got time to be sitting here being negative.
Facts.
And that's just it. Like,
Facts.
It takes too much energy to be negative.
Facts.
It takes too much energy to like downplay whatever somebody else is doing. You know what I mean? So for me, I look at it like, like even what you doing. Perfect example what you doing. I told you, like, like when we first met, like, I like what you doing.
Facts.
It's good to see us doing something.
Facts.
If that makes sense.
Facts.
It's always good to see us doing something.
Facts.
Not outside in the streets, selling. If that's what you do, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But to see you doing something positive, it's super, super dope. You know what I mean?
So man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And, I definitely know you never supposed to tell your left hand what your right hand doing, but for the world and for me and myself, you know what I'm saying, I want to know too, what's your next move?
My next move is basically like I'm getting this ladies line together.
Okay.
Focusing a little bit more on the ladies.
Okay.
I've been doing unisex for so long, so now just like basically branching out doing the ladies. I've done kids before, so I'm gonna bring kids back for the Christmas break.
Right.
So that's gonna be super, super dope.
Right.
I'm gonna continue to do the varsities. I got those coming in all different waves and flavors.
Right.
And the sweatsuits is coming 3 at a pop. So
man, how often are you working? You 24 hours around the clock. You always busy. Does that leave, room for, relationships or whatever? Like, how does that work out in your lifestyle?
Absolutely. That's the benefit of, like, actually running your own business. A lot, like, what people don't understand, like, with me, I have my own manufacturing. Because I have my own manufacturing, that makes life easy. I'm not a do-it-yourself type person anymore. When I first started, I was, like, always in the lab cooking it up.
Right.
But now I don't have to do all of that anymore. The way I do things now is more like make a phone call to my manufacturer, tell him what I need, he mock it up for me, and he send it out. As simple as that. So now my life has become like easy. And I went from being a manager in T-Mobile to now I'm part-time where I can actually focus on the business a little bit more.
Right.
So
Facts.
I think that was the starting point, of
That's
it all.
So navigating through all this shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we spoke about the hardships and shit.
Right.
How do you avoid negativity? How do you avoid, the down moments? How do you avoid the being content? What keeps you, what I'm saying? Like, how do you stay positive in what you're doing?
What drives me is like creating something new.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Stay busy.
Facts.
The easiest way to stay busy, making money or whatever the case is, because the more money you make, you can invest it into something else. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You could definitely invest it into something else. So that's how I do it. I pretty much stay busy, and it's nothing, like I said, arguing doesn't make sense, bro. It really don't make sense because it's gonna leave you in 1, 2, 3 places.
Right.
You argue, you get into a fight, you don't know what this person got.
Right.
At the end of the day, I gotta still go home to my kids.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, all that shit just, for me, is for the birds.
And speaking of the kids, like you say, you trying to do something that you can pass down. You know what I'm saying? Are you already teaching them the ins and outs? Are you already bringing them along with you, showing them the ropes? Or like, how you feel about that?
Not yet.
Not
you know
yet.
what I mean? Not yet, but that's definitely part of the play, you know?
Right.
I already, like, exposed both my kids, my son and my daughter, to photography. Like, I actually, like, made them the face of the kids line initially. And they're going to continue to be the face of the kids line because, you know what I mean? I want them to know, like, this is y'all.
Facts.
Their name is on this. Taylor's my last name, by the way,
Taylormade lifestyle, man. Taylormade. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what's up, man. Nah, man, just from hearing what you're saying, man, it's real motivational. So I really want to know, for friends of mine too who are into, design to being clothes designers.
Right.
What's some of the steps that they can take to, getting into that game and being successful?
So basically, like the hardest thing that people usually have to overcome is being scared. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, like being scared. A lot of people just like, I don't want to do it, but it costs too much. Or I don't want to do it because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
At the end of the day, if it's an idea, it's just an idea. That idea can make you millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So just put it on paper. First steps first is get that EIN number.
Facts.
Get that EIN number. You go to irs.gov to get that. That's free. That's the starting point to starting your business.
Right.
You know what I mean? After that, it's just basically incorporating your business in another state. Whatever state you choose. Delaware, preferably. I would say Delaware because you don't got to pay taxes.
Right.
But that's another story in itself.
Right.
I mean, that's something I do. That's something I also do is I help people start their own businesses too.
That's what's up.
You know, like just giving them the steps to that. Like instead of having to charge somebody for free that's free information, man. Right. That's the thing. Why we got to put a price on giving people an opportunity. You know, that's free game.
So you know, speaking of our community and, you know, black people in general, you know, I'm pretty sure you run into this problem. I want to know how you avoid it. Like, you know, a lot of us have a problem with fully supporting our brother. Like, we know your outfit may cost $100, and we come to you and say, bro, can you do it for this, that, and third? How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't feel no way about that. Like, honestly, like I've reached a point where that's part of the game, and now it's just like, it is what it is. Not everybody got money, and that's just the reality of it. But I look at real stuff. Like, if you can sit here and you could buy Balenciaga, why can't you buy mine?
Right.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Like, but then you got your homeless person that's in the street, a person that don't really got it. I don't mind saying, you know what? Yo, give me
so
50.
What you're saying is basically you know how to balance it. That was gonna lead me
Exactly.
to like when you get to the big stores, you know how you gonna
You gotta be realistic about everything that you do. Like, and it's, some of the times it's right in your face. You just gotta take the time out to see what's happening.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And bring it all to life.
Right. So look, man, I want to get a little personal with you, man. You know, we spoke about it a little bit earlier. You say you was in brain surgery. I want to know, you know what I'm saying, what happened or what, you know, what was the situation there?
So basically it was stress. You know, stress can kill a person. You know, and I don't wish that on nobody. You can keep the stress down, take a walk away from an argument, take a walk away from a fight. I think that's the best thing that you can possibly do instead of arguing and getting your energy all the way up.
Right.
Pop the blood vessel in my head due to stress. I mean, you know, it filled up, like the liquid filled up in my head. For 3 months I had headaches. And I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the doctor. When I finally went to the doctor told me you like 2 days away from an aneurysm.
Oh man.
So when that happened, it was just like, okay, I gotta change my life. You know, I had to go through the brain surgery. After I did the brain surgery, I'm like, I came out on top.
Right.
Took a flight to Charlotte. Dumbest decision that I made without plugging my ear, and I popped all the vessels in my head.
Oh man.
Now, that happening, you know, I had to get emergency, you know, brain surgery.
Right.
Craniotomy, part 2. You know what I mean? They had to cut like a triangle in my head or whatever the case is, and crack my skull so my brain can breathe. Because my brain wasn't breathing no more, it was suffocating. Now that's a whole nother situation.
Right.
You know, and after that happened, it was just like, it's time to humble myself. Like, you know, life is short.
Right.
God blessed me with a second chance, and when He blessed me with that second chance, that's when the whole clothing line and everything, you know, came to fruition. Like, you know, like just living. You know, just making positive decisions for myself, keeping the stress down, keeping the fighting down, keeping the arguments down, building genuine relationships. You know, because tomorrow's in promise. You know what I mean?
Right. So, like, how often do you reminisce on just being like 2 days away from possibly not being here anymore? You know.
Bro, every time when I'm doing something, like it never fails. It's like, yo, it's time. It's go time. It's go time. Like, you know, you're here for a reason. Keep on giving these people what it is that what you're doing. Keep giving it to them. Keep feeding them, and let them know it's just, it's nothing to it. You know what I mean? It's nothing to it. If I can do it, you can do it. I came from nothing. I'm okay now. I'm in a good space right now. Coming from nothing, and like I said, anybody that's around me is gonna, you know what I'm saying, is gonna enjoy those fruits of that labor, you know what I mean? And that's the reality of it.
Facts. So man, you know, with talking about, you know what I'm saying, what you're doing, do you have a team? Is it just you? Are you putting together a team? Do you look forward to having a team? Do you have people you partner with? You know, tell us about a little bit something about that.
Right, so now like I do not have a team in Georgia, but what I am doing is I'm actually building a team, and when it's all said and done, I'm gonna have a solid team behind me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I said, like photography, I'm about to have you on the team, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? We working, we locked in, you know what I'm saying? We locked in.
Yeah, for sure, you know what I mean? It's just, like I said, building those genuine relationships, and you want people that's like-minded on the team.
Right.
Whatever team you're trying to build, you got to have people that's willing to play different types of positions. Not everybody need to be, the Kobe Bryant or the Jordan.
And one thing that I can say that I like about you, man, even when I met you to now, you the same. Whether the lights are on or not, you the same. You feel what I'm saying? You keep that same, you know, comfortability about yourself around whoever, and I like that. From the time I met you on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terrell, you feel what I'm saying? For the 15 Minutes of Fame podcast coming out.
Game over, shout out, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
15 Minutes of Fame.
But yeah, man, on some real shit, bro, you having real motion, man, and like stuff like that, it shows the behind the scenes of what creates that motion. So you have a lot of shit to keep you motivated and keep you pushing, and you really diving into it and doing your thing, man. So like, I just wanna, you know, tell you, man, Congratulations on everything you got going on.
Thank you, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? You're thugging it. And if there's anything you want to leave with the people, man, the floor is yours, my guy.
Definitely, man. Don't ever say, I can't. You can do anything you put your mind to. Just gotta believe in yourself. Put God first and everything else will line right up.
Facts,
you know what I mean? And that's just what it is, man. It's a tailored lifestyle. You know, definitely tap in Instagram, Taylormade Lifestyle LLC on the gram. YouTube, same thing. And
tell them where they can find your stuff at when they do tap in. What they gotta do? How they get to the gas, man?
Yeah, just if you on the Instagram, go to Taylormade Lifestyle LLC and tap the link in the bio, and it takes you to all my pages.
Taylormade LLC.
Taylormade LLC. That's TAYLORMADELIFESTYLE LLC.
You did.
Taylormade Lifestyle LLC. Definitely tap in. TaylormadeLifestyle.com if you want to see what I got going on also.
This is my boy Moody, man.
Sure.
I'm Dino Tarantino, and we just discussed my boy having some real emotion, man. Y'all tap in. Thank you for being my first guest, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem, man. No, thank you, man.
You came through.
Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. People like you gonna make me keep doing it, man. You feel what I'm saying? I appreciate that.
That's what it's
man.
about, man. You gonna keep me going too.
Facts, bro. Facts, bro. We definitely got more shit coming, man. So y'all niggas just stay tuned, man. Tap in. We out. Hey, that was dope, man.